Hi, this is Joseph. It's Tuesday, August 27th, 2013. It is 11 a.m. New York time. And this is a review of some of the trades that we've taken in the chat room. And I want to start off by showing you what I did not do and some of the reasons why I didn't trade these. Now, we're looking at the pound dollar. This is the 1 hour time frame. And I trade breakout trades. I have a specific trading technique that I call the continuation breakout trade, and it usually puts me in the path of a trend for the day once it breaks out. Now, there was a signal candle here to the downside on the pound dollar on the 1 hour time frame, but it was not a confirmed trade in the sense that there was some divergence along with what I was seeing on the 4 hour chart. So I stayed away from selling this. So today, to me, the pound dollar and the euro dollar appeared, even at the beginning of the London session, that they were going to be the most unpredictable or least reliable trading opportunities. I'm not saying that there isn't any trades in there. There certainly is. But at least from the way I interpret this information and the techniques that I use, I was able to see that divergence and that things just weren't lining up correctly, and I really wanted to stay away from those two pair because, to me, the yen and the yen crosses were the most reliable. Those were the ones that were creating those trending moves, and I'll show you those in just a moment. But I wanted to show you the trades that I stayed away from. So there was a move here, and obviously it went about 40 pips to the downside and then turned around and reversed. Now, that's not uncommon. If this was a downtrend, it could just be reaching resistance at this point and finding a little bit of it there and then come back down if that's the case. But at this point, I don't know. That's why I was saying I stayed away from this pair, because I didn't see a whole lot of reliable, real trending momentum there. So I stayed away from that pair. The euro dollar, I did have one small trade and a loss. I lost 20 pips on the euro dollar. This was in the chat room, and it was in with the anticipation of economic data and the German IFO numbers. It appeared with all the previous data leading up to today's numbers that we were going to see a strong number, and a real strong number, or a big surprise wouldn't have been out of the question. But it was a better than expected number, but not all that better. And it was just an opportunity for them to bring it back down, and then price came back up. So it stopped me out 20 pips. That's all. I just lost 20 pips today on this trade. And then at that point, I just stayed away from it, because back to what I was saying earlier, it just appeared that these two, the pound dollar and the euro dollar, were going to be less reliable a trading opportunity than the others. So where my focus was and where I made my money, we earned about 270 pips today net so far. And I'll show you, and that includes the 20 pip loss here on the euro dollar. I just wanted to show you the euro dollar. So here is the dollar Canadian. On the dollar Canadian, I had an HL30. Let me open this up for you so you can see what's going on here. But there was an HL30 here when the market opened up, and we traded this, and it reached both targets. So we earned 60 pips on this HL30. Remember, we're taking the first target. If it reaches the first target, then we look for a second target of 20. So we earned 60 pips total on this trade. Now, the trades that we really made a lot of money on, and again, here's the dollar yen. This is the 1 hour time frame. Now, I didn't trade the dollar yen. However, I could have, but I didn't. I used it more or less as confirmation for the yen crosses that I was trading. So I took a sell opportunity here on the pound yen, and my entry was 153. Basically, it is a 250 pip move. It's a continuation breakout trade. There's the signal candle. There was a slight pullback, and then it dropped. We reached and already banked and locked in profits. So we've already earned at least 150 pips. The first target is always 150 pips, and the final target is here at 150.50. That's approximately 250 pips. Now, it hasn't reached that final target. Once it does, we will have reached 250 pips. So at this point, we've locked in 150 pips on this trade. So along with this trade, 150 pips here, and then 60 pips on the dollar Canadian, we also traded the euro. Now, the euro, I had a long position from last week, and it finally stopped me out on the second half of my position. We had already locked in 80 pips on the first half last week, but I wasn't too sure if it was going to pop back up and reach that final target. It did not. It came back to break even, and when it comes back to break even on the previous trade, it just closes at zero. I don't lose any money on the second half of my position, but I still lock in my first half. But I was able to reverse, because at that point I had another continuation signal candle, and I was able to enter this trade short, and we sold this pair at 131.05. We earned 80 pips, and we took it to 130.20. And 130.20 is right down here the psychological level, which is just about where price is right now. Now, it's not to say that price is going to stop here. It could certainly come back down and test these lower levels one more time, but we have earned 80 pips. So with 80 pips here on the euro yen, 150 pips so far on the pound yen, 60 pips on the dollar Canadian, and I also included the fact that I lost 20 pips on the euro dollar. So far, we have earned a total of 270 pips. And again, back to the pound yen, which is what we're looking at right now, if it reaches this final target of 150.50, we will have earned another 100 pips on the trade for a total of 370 pips for the day. Now, I also wanted to point out that we traded oil. We traded oil and we earned 50 cents on this trade and this move here. There was a breakout. We sort of stayed away from a lot of this because we were trading the activity in the currency markets first. So there was a lot going on here. But once price broke out above this range here, we were able to earn 50 cents, which is a pretty good move. And then we also traded gold and we earned $7 here in gold. Now, let's take a look at that one. This was also a continuation breakout trade and a continuation of a breakout trade on the larger time frames as well. So we earned $7 here on this move here in gold. So we had a really strong day. We made a lot of money. I had some students that earned, and they were trading 5 standard lots at a time. So with a positive 270 pips, they earned approximately $13,000, just over $13,000. I had another student who was trading mini lots. He traded 7 mini lots with 270 pips, and he earned $1,890 today in the chat room. So that's what's possible, but I can't guarantee that we're going to be able to earn profits like that every single day. It's just when the market gives us the opportunity to do so. And I call out all of these trades live in the chat room. I tell you exactly when I'm getting in the trade, exactly what I'm thinking, exactly when I'm closing my positions, exactly when I'm taking some profits off the table. I tell you if there's any changes to the trade. And between trades and when the market's slow, we also talk about all of the Forex education and the trading material that I give you so that you can learn how to do these strategies even without me. Last month, we earned over 4,000 pips in the chat room with trades just like the ones you see today. And now I've made the chat room open to the public. You don't have to go through the entire coaching class to join the chat room. So don't delay, sign up today, and you can start getting trades just like this in your account tomorrow.